Hello everyone and welcome to this month's training session. So I'm going to be covering with you guys today our brightening protocol here at Founders Formula. So I'm just going to share my screen with you now. Okay, cool. So brightening as the objective. So who needs skin brightening? So yes, we're looking at pigmented skin. So those with age spots, melasma, sun damage, freckles. We're also looking at stagnant skin, so skin that hasn't had enough circulation, who might have a grey hue, might have a buildup of lymph and be a little bit puffy. So that will also, those clients will always also come in saying, oh yeah, I feel a bit dull and lifeless and I just want some brightness to the skin. We'll have a bit of, for those that have an accumulation of dead skin, then they will be looking for brightening treatments as well. So the more dead cells at the surface, the more lifeless or dull the skin will appear. And also the darker the pigment will look. So if we have a look at these two images of the pigmented skin. So here on this side, we've got the aged skin with some age spots coming or darkening around the area. There's some sun damage as well. And there's accumulation of dead cells on the skin. So this is a perfect client for brightening. So a brightening protocol for professional treatments, but also for retail products, because retail products or home care are going to give you the best results. Long-term ingredients daily, drip feeding that into the skin is going to make the biggest difference than a one-off treatment or a series of treatments in clinic. So this skin here, it's also pigmentation. It's a younger skin. There's more freckles that we're concerned with. But as the dead cells accumulate, those will appear darker. So we can, really help to reduce that on the skin as well. Here we've got stagnant, so an accumulation of dead skin. So before and after, we can see this. This is just from a professional treatment, not from home care. So before and directly after, we can see that the skin's stagnant. It's got a little bit of a grey hue. It doesn't have much circulation happening. It's a more mature client. There is pigmentation, but not able or willing to follow a home care routine. Purely just wants that circulation in the skin, and that's where we'll get that through manual treatments and manual movement at home. But we can see in the first image that you've got that grey hue, and then down here there's a bit more pinkness to the skin from circulation. And we know that when we get that red blood circulating through the skin, that we're going to oxidize the skin cells and get them happy and energized and give that skin some brightness to it. By removing the accumulation of dead skin cells, then we'll also see fresher, more glowy, dewy skin at the surface as well. So that's a really nice example of a brightening treatment for the skin. So our Brightening Booster is our hero product that's designed for brightening in our protocol. So this is the professional treatment product. We use 1 to 2 mL of this in the professional treatment, or 3 pipettes. So we know vitamin C is the par excellence of brightening. So in this product, we're using sea buckthorn oil. It's one of the few plants that has both ascorbic acid, which is water-soluble vitamin C, and ascorbyl palmiate, which is fat-soluble vitamin C. So it's better absorbed into the skin. This super vitamin C booster, it also contains ascorbyl tetrahydrobiopterin palmitate, which is a high grade of vitamin C oil, and it also has kakadu plum seed oil. So it's quite potent and strong. 1 to 2 mL is plenty. We don't need to be using any more because we can aggravate the skin when we're overusing it. It's quite stimulating. So 1 to 2 mL at its max. It does have anti-inflammatory properties as well. So we can use the booster in a variety of ways. You can use it directly on the skin underneath your massage medium. So you apply the 1 to 2 mL across the skin and then massage it in with your massage medium. Or if you're using machines, you can mix it up with your pump and glow mask and infuse it into the skin. That can work really well with sonophoresis, microcurrent, or ultrasound machinery. Or you can drench the skin with your honeybee toner and use your 1 to 2 ml of booster and saturate the skin well and infuse it with your machinery that way. So our protocol, you'll find these protocols, all of our protocols in our manuals. Our booster facials are in our advanced manual. So if you haven't already had a look through those, make sure you do. We're starting with a beginning ritual. All of your treatments should start with some sort of ritual that is repeated throughout your treatments to allow the client to know they're about to get pampered. Allow them to relax and step into that state of receiving and relaxation. So it might be with the lemon myrtle spritz that we have, and just placing your hands on their chest or shoulders and doing some gentle presses to introduce your touch. It might be with a little foot pull and hot towel on the feet, and just allowing them, to do 3 deep breaths and calm themselves down and get comfortable on the table. We're going to cleanse with a lemon myrtle BHA refining cleansing oil for a 2-step cleanse, and then remove with warm towels or Fibrella. We need to make sure we're not using that lemon myrtle cleansing oil around the eye area, because it does have BHA or acid, so it can be quite irritating around the eyes. So if you do have eye makeup, if the client does present with eye makeup on, then perhaps using the macadamia oil cleanser is better to remove the eye makeup, and then second cleanse with the lemon myrtle. We will have a micellar solution launching, so that will be what we would be encouraging you to use around the eye area to remove eye makeup. And then once you have removed with your towels or Fibrella, apply the Centipede and Manuka Honeybee toner to the skin. Then you're going to do your skin exam, and make sure at this point that you're taking photos of the skin. We really want to see what the skin looks like at the start of the treatment versus the end, so we can see how much doing a deep exfoliation on them and removing that accumulated dead cells lightens and brightens the skin. And then, it gives you a really good idea of how many treatments they might need to get that lightening that you want to achieve with them. We're also at this point really important to have a look at the pigmentation, see, ask lots of questions, see where it's sitting. Is it in clumps? Is it random? Are there larger patches? Ask lots of questions about their lifestyle, what medication they might be taking. Are they on HRT? Hormones play a big part in pigment formation. Sometimes melasma forms throughout pregnancies, breastfeeding, or when they're going through different, like perimenopause. I have had clients as well where it's come about through heat, long-term heat exposure. Some people who do Bikram yoga have like an inflammatory heat melasma response. So really getting an idea of what their hobbies might include. Regular saunas can create melasma in the skin or form pigment in the skin, more of an inflammatory kind of pigment than it is exacerbated through sunlight or hormones. So getting a good idea there, and documenting with photos. So then you're going to look at your exfoliation. You want to exfoliate with your Wild Panda BHA exfoliant, and you want to use steam to intensify it at this point. After 5 or 10 minutes, gently work the products into the skin and then remove it thoroughly from the skin. Our mask is our Centipede and Snowflower Clay mask, or your Pump and Glow mask if that's what you're using to infuse your booster. So your booster is a good time for LED or machinery additions. If you're using your microcurrent, your ultrasound or sonophoresis, Keep the skin saturated and moistened with your toner. It can be the Gentle Balancing or the Centipede toner. Combine it with your 1 to 2 ml of Brightening Booster and infuse it into the skin. Alternatively, like I said, if you don't have any machines, then you can apply it directly onto the skin and apply your massage medium over the top and massage it in for the 10 minutes or however long you allow for your massage component of your facial. So you'll notice in our booster protocols, the mask is going before our massage. So that's probably the biggest difference for therapists. Tends to be that you'll massage and then apply your mask to finish. However, usually you need to hot towel your mask off, and we really don't want to remove that booster from the skin. So we want to apply products over the top of the skin. So I would be encouraging you to mask first, remove that with hot towels, and then do your booster infusion into the skin. If you are massaging it in, then you would be applying the 1 to 2 ml of your booster and then use the brightening oil as your massage medium. So therefore you won't need to remove it. The massage medium oil that we have, or that most all you use, tends to leave a residue on the skin. And then the products afterwards don't penetrate as well. So try to use the brightening facial oils as your massage medium. And then your finishing products, your cooling eye serum, like always. Make sure you pop the Kakadu vitamin C on the skin. Your brightening oils, if you haven't already been massaging with your brightening oils, and then your Wild Rosella Everyday Moisturizer. If you have sun protection available in your clinic, then definitely apply that for them as well. Hopefully we will have a sun protection available for you in the upcoming future. Our core professional products for our brightening protocol is the Lemon Myrtle Cleanser, because it's got that BHA action, so it's going to help exfoliate the skin as well in a deeper way than other cleansers. The Wild Panda Exfoliant, the Brightening Booster, and the Centipede and Snowflower Mask. So it's got high levels of camphorol in it, which serve to break up the melanin for depigmentation. So this is a really good one for them to be using at home as well. It's exceptional for breaking up that pigment. So if you've got chunks of pigment on there, then it works really nicely in doing that. Like I said, long-term use of ingredients at home in their home care is really what's going to get them across the line in terms of their results versus just treatments within the clinic. Working together for treatments and home care, but try and make sure they understand the importance of investing in the home care and being diligent with the home care. Yeah, your brightening oils. So your treatment plan. So it's going to depend, obviously their budget and time constraints need to come in play when it comes to creating a treatment plan for them, but don't assume that, something's out of their budget. It depends what's important for them, and what people put priority in is different from person to person. So just present to them their options and see which one they pick up and take on. But yeah, making sure they understand in any treatment plan that pigment takes time and commitment. Treatments ideally are 4 weeks apart with a minimum of 4 to 6 treatments, okay? You're not going to see a massive reduction in pigment off one treatment, unless you're doing, something like a heavy duty peel. You're not going to notice that in a treatment that's also supporting the skin. So 4 to 6 treatments. Home care must be strict. They must be using sun protection. So hat, glasses, cover themselves up, stay out of the sun where possible. Under no means is the sun bad, but in terms of pigment, it is encouraging pigment formation. So we really want to stay away from it, because we don't want to be encouraging the formation when we're trying to reduce it. And yeah, highlighting for them that home care will achieve the most results. For stagnant skin that needs that circulation, however, you can achieve really nice results short periods of time. So you could say fortnightly treatments for 3 for 6 weeks, so doing 3 treatments 2 weeks apart, or they could encourage or introduce self-massage at home with like a gua sha stone to increase the circulation. I'm going to be holding some training on gua sha in the next coming months, so if you haven't learned this technique, then stay tuned. For accumulated dead skin as well, you could do the same fortnightly treatments for 6 weeks and then reassess. But you really if they haven't been exfoliating and they haven't been having any treatments, you get really nice results when you do this 2 weeks apart for 6 weeks. So 3 treatments in total. And they do get a really beautiful before and after if they really want that result of brightening and not just a one-off. Those are the kind of treatment options that you can provide for them. If they said 2 weeks is too often, then you can definitely say, okay, 4 to 6 weeks, but it's just going to take them longer to achieve what they're wanting to achieve. They can have weekly treatments as well. If they'd like, they could do weekly treatments for 6 weeks. We're working at 6 weeks because that's how long the whole skin cell turnover takes to happen, okay? So we really want to see what that next 6 weeks looks like in terms of the skin health and hydration levels. Okay, so retail products. So our Brightening Intensive is an incredible product for pigmentation and brightening the skin. So it's a clinically proven skin tone corrector. This is available only for professionals to prescribe. So we do not have this available online on our retail store. This is purely from stockists yourself to prescribe to your clients. It's a potent pigment correcting evening time serum for hyperchromatic spots, acne scars, and melasma. And it's suitable for all Fitzpatrick types. Suitable for all skin colors, skin types. The hero actives in this and the benefits. So these are some of our most clever ingredients that are in the intensives. The superoxy, so this is the world's richest source of natural vitamin C. So it boosts skin radiance and antioxidant defense. It stimulates collagen, and it's clinically shown to reduce roughness and to increase the luminosity. So that glow that we're all chasing, the superoxy is clinically proven to do that. It's a fantastic ingredient, and it's really integral to have for somebody concerned with brightening. Our tetrapeptide 30 is a brightening peptide with targeted anti-pigment benefits. It reduces age spots, melasma, and acne marks, and it has anti-inflammatory. This one's really important because it inhibits the tyrosinase and the POMC pathways. So tyrosinase is an enzyme responsible for melanin production. So a tyrosinase inhibitor blocks or reduces its activity. So it's one thing to have your vitamin C's in there to help reduce the pigment reduce the pigment and increase the luminosity and the glow to the skin, but you must have your inhibitors to prevent more formation from happening. So it's really important for those that are concerned with pigment and more prone to pigment, those lighter Fitzpatricks as well, who are getting more freckles and sun damage, tyrosinase inhibitors. But for those darker Fitzpatrick types that get inflammatory pigment, they need to have tyrosinase inhibitors in their routine. So the Brightening Intensive is absolutely integral and only available for professionals to prescribe. So this should all be on your shelf, guys, and this should be for everybody that's concerned with pigmentation, which is basically every single person in Upper Australia. Not as much in Lower Australia, but here where the sun shines, absolutely. Also has the Australian Waratah extract. So we know that this is a great DNA protector and it's a potent antioxidant. It also helps protect against UV damage and photo aging, so aging that occurs from sun exposure. It does have skin whitening effect, and it improves the collagen production. So this one's really important to have in someone concerned with brightening or in a brightening protocol. So our core home care products that they should be using is our Lemon Myrtle Cleanser, the Centipede and Manuka Honey Spritz, the Wild Pandanus Exfoliant, our vitamin C, the wild harvested Kakadu vitamin C, our Brightening Intensive, our Phyto A. So Phyto A or vitamin A helps regulate the skin cell turnover. So if that's not regular and we're relying on skin treatments to exfoliate, we're continuously chasing our tail. We need to have vitamin A in the skin to regulate all of those pathways in the skin. Our brightening oils and our Wild Rosella moisturizer. So in terms of recommending or retailing this to your clients, it's a great one we've got a brightening retail kit. It makes it a little bit easier when things are in a kit. The kit's valued at $289 or worth $289. It's got your Lemon Myrtle Cleansing Oil, your Wild Pandanus Exfoliating Grains. It's got your vitamin C and your Wild Rosella Moisturizer. But we would need to add in the Brightening Intensive with the tyrosinase inhibitors to prevent more pigment from forming, and the Phyto A to regulate the skin cell turnover and regulate the cell activity. So the total investment retail-wise for those products are $529. We could, depending on the client, you could be adding in the Centipede spritz or the mask, but you take that case by case. They can add that later. Some clients will want access to everything. Some clients don't want to get overwhelmed by having too much, but definitely the retail kit, the brightening retail kit with those 2 additional serums. And that would give them off to a really good start. Make sure you're taking photos of the journey each time they come in and visit you. And sometimes your professional treatments, obviously you'll price them accordingly. But if you were suggesting a series of 3 treatments or 6 treatments, I do think it works well in my experience, it works well when you package that up and then break it into payments. So it might be an investment, your treatments, 3 treatments might be $700 and you can split that into 3 payments, just for example. Sometimes clients better or more happily invest when they get that larger figure and it's broken down into payment options than just paying as they go. They need to kind of make that commitment with you for pigment. And so making that commitment at the start means that they sort of follow through with their end of the deal a little bit better as well, and follow through with using their retail products and starting on their retail products. Sometimes it's difficult if they say, you start them with 1 or 2 products and 1 treatment and they get a little underwhelmed because they haven't got all of the ingredients that their skin needs and they're not achieving the result they want as quickly as they'd like to. So it does work well if you package it with your retail investment and your professional treatment investment, and then break that up to make it a little bit more accessible for them. And that way you've got that relationship then, that partnership with your client over a longest period of time to help them work towards their goal and achieve their goal of having a brightener, clearer complexion. So I hope you enjoyed that today, guys. It's a bit of a basis of our brightening protocol. If you have any questions, make sure you reach out to me. As always, I'm here and available to you as you need. I'd love to work with you and your team. If you have anything else you'd like to go through, any cases that you've worked with your clients and things that you're seeing, before and after photos are fantastic. But yeah, I would love to speak to you soon.